Well, every day, more than 650,000 social workers across the country act as advocates, champions, and leaders. They make our society a better place to live. So as we celebrate March as National Social Work Month, it is a good time to recognize the hundreds that take on that task right here in Central Ohio. Today from Franklin County Children's Services, we have Victoria Ellis and Laurie Wright joining us. So ladies, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Well, Victoria, we'll start with you, and you're a child welfare caseworker. So what does your work entail? I mean, on a daily basis, what do you do to help the children here in Franklin County?
Well, I work in our intake and investigations department. So whenever we receive a report of abuse or neglect, it's our job to go out and assess and investigate the reports, ensure child safety. We also refer families to community providers that offer support to families in the household to just kind of make sure that the child has continued safety and a general well-being for the family.
And we know some of these kids are facing very tough circumstances. And so in the face of that, you are seeing this firsthand. What drives you and kind of keeps you going? Because it's got to have an impact on you as much as it does, you know, these families.
For me, I think I focus on the child. Sometimes, you know, they can't speak for themselves. So my main goal is to protect children and ensure that they're safe, and that pretty much forces me to kind of pick it up and just put my best face on and make the best decisions to make sure that they're safe.
Yeah, absolutely. You look into their eyes and you're like, I'll do anything to keep you safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yes.
for sure. All right, Laurie, we were just talking, you've been with FCCS alone, I mean, almost 30 years, 27, you had said, as a social worker, now a trainer. I imagine things have changed over 30 years. Talk about kind of your position.
They have. You know, initially when I started, I had a case on my desk the first day I was there, and my supervisor helped me out with it. Now we have a program that's in place where we do a lot of orientation with new staff. They get training that is statewide curriculum that talks about how to engage families that might be more difficult, that might not want our involvement, all the way up to how to assess safety, how to assess risk with families, and then child development, all the way up to how to work with the juvenile court system. But we also provide a lot of hands-on training as well. The specifics of the job, paperwork, there's a lot of paperwork. And so how to do a lot of that along with time management and again, just being able to assess and make sure that children are safe in their homes.
You know, I mentioned at the top how many social workers there are across the country, hundreds here just in Franklin County, and FCCS also the hub of a regional training center. So you guys are kind of responsible for making sure that a lot more than just those in your care are trained.
Right. The state of Ohio actually has mandated that caseworkers receive certain types of training in their first year of employment and then a certain amount of hours after that. And so they have joined with the Institute for Human Services and developed what they call regional training centers. So there's 8 regional training centers in Ohio, and Franklin County is the host for the Central Ohio Regional Training Center. So in Franklin County, a lot of different counties come and receive their training there, but we don't have to travel very far for that.
Yeah, that's good to know, good to know. And Victoria, crisis volunteers, that's also part of what you guys offer at FCCS. What exactly do they do?
So in our intake building, there is a child care area, and then we call it the crisis center. When children are brought into the agency and caseworkers are working to locate placement, the children are in the crisis center. You know, they need food, they need baths, they may need just a buddy to hang out with and have fun with while they're waiting for placement. So the volunteers are kind of there to sit with them, comfort them, make sure they have food, they're clean, bathed, anything that they need while we're locating the placement for them.
Hanging out with some awesome kids doesn't sound like a bad gig.
Right.
So if anybody is interested, of course, in that or in becoming a social worker, what's the best way to kind of get the process started?
I would definitely say apply. We've got a website available there, and we take anyone really. To be a child welfare caseworker, though, you do have to have a social work or a related degree, and we provide a lot of on-the-job training. So I would definitely recommend it. It's a challenging job, but it's very rewarding as well.
Very rewarding. All right. Well, thank you for what you do, of course, and for sharing it with us. As always, FCCS, the website, is up on the screen for you.